Hello again, I'm Steve with Slurv, and this is the second edition of Daily Dong Finders, a series which, if you missed the introductory part, highlights a model that I've built with the intention of finding home runs and named it in a silly juvenile way, but it makes me laugh, so that's what counts. Yesterday did pretty well, I'd say. I mean, gave you nine players, I want to say, and 2 of them hit home runs. Very happy about Melvin Upton. What a game he had. And then Grandal was the other guy to hit a home run. So let's see what we can do today. I will say one that some days guys like just jump out like really high ratings. Not that many of those today. Kind of more moderate ratings. So I'm not jumping on him as excitedly. But speaking of Grandal, none of the Dodgers show any signs of letting up. So if that's something you want to attack, Grandal's an 84. Peterson's an 83 and Seager's an 80 to give you some names there. I'm not highlighting them because I already talked about them at length, but they're still looking pretty hot. Nothing showing them slowing down. And another team that you don't usually see teams pop up like this. I have 5 guys rated above 70, and that's Tampa Bay, which is interesting because I think Rich Hill will be popular today. But just a quick rundown of that. Guerre is 80, Longoria a 74, Miller a 74, and Jennings a 73. Which brings me to the first play that I'll highlight for catcher. I really like Curt Casali. He's only a 71 in the thing, but I see that as being a bit conservative on the model's point of view. He's got a hard hit percentage of 53 over his last 15 days, 66% fly ball rate, which is just like ridiculous. And Rich Hill actually has a 44% fly ball rate over his last 15 days, which is a bit elevated from his career, or from his 12-month average, I should say. So the only downside there is he hasn't been giving up a lot of hard contact, but hopefully Casali's 53% hard hit wins out there. I like Casali and Tampa Bay in general. But moving on to first base, Justin Smoak, if he gets in the lineup, I had to do this before the Toronto lineup was out. He's a 75. He gets Perez, who is just bad. And beyond just being normally bad, he's given up 52% hard hit over his last 15 days. All of Smoak's sort of home run indicators are trending up. There's kind of not that, they haven't moved up that much yet, which is why he's only like a 75 in here. But kind of like Casali, I see him as being on the up and up. And then at second base, I kind of got to split it a little bit because of positional eligibility stuff. Hernan Perez is the top overall guy in the model. I'm also assuming that he gets in the lineup. I don't have that lineup yet either. And he's just given away on DK2, 2.3. But he's a third baseman on FanDuel, which I like significantly less. But yeah, I mean, he's just blowing it up. He's hitting the ball so hard right now. He's had, aside from his last game, he's had a bunch of really good ones. Before that, he didn't hit a home run, but he had a stolen base and like 25 DK points. I like him. Oh, and yeah, he gets to go up against Friedrich, as I wrote in my notes, aka some guy. This guy hasn't had a win in the major leagues since 2012. The Padres just called him up from the minors. He's not very good, is the bottom line there. I definitely like Hernan Perez in this matchup. And for FanDuel, I'll give you a FanDuel second baseman I like. I don't know if it's cheating to say Robinson Cano, but he's looking really good. He has, 6 home runs in his last 15 games, and Nick Tropeano, who he's facing, has given up 6 home runs in his last 4 games. So, maybe that synergy goes together. Tropeano's also given up a 48% hard hit rating over the last 15 days. Which is just a lot, only a little bit less than Perez, and Tropeano gives up more fly balls than Perez, so kind of balances out a little bit there. So Cano's an 85 in the model. I like him too. Third base, David Wright gets John Gray, which is, I like John Gray, but it also gets Coors Field, and Wright is another guy who's just been killing the ball. I feel like regression is due in the number of home runs he's hit. He hasn't hit that many over the last 15 games, but he's been hitting the ball really hard, really far, which I think means that's coming. And Coors Field is a good place to do it. Yeah, just an example. He has a 52% hard hit rate over his last 15 days, and average 271 batted ball distance, which is like enormous. 240 is a good number, so 271 is ridiculous. And also there, 61% fly ball. I'm a little concerned because his line drives are down a little bit, but not that concerned. I like him a lot. He's an 84 in the model. And shortstop, I'm going back to Brandon Crawford, even though he was a big letdown last night. Gave us a 0, gave me a 0. I don't know if you played him. But tonight he gets Shelby Miller, and that should help a lot. I like this Arizona weather a lot, so the whole game is on the table for me. It's projected to be 94 there. Hot weather leads to very good things for hitters. Shelby Miller this year leads to very good things for hitters. I like that combination. Crawford with a 52% hard hit rate over his last 15 days is just crushing it. 89 in the model. He's, one of the highest top-rated guys. I like his chances. Outfield, I got three guys for you, fill up the positions. I'm working on the format a little bit, ironing out some kinks. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And I'm going back to Hazelbaker here, too. He didn't have a home run yesterday, but he had a solid game. He got, I want to say, 2 hits, and he stole a base in there, so some nice points for you nonetheless. And nothing has changed as far as how hard he's hitting the ball. We just got to hope that he gets in the lineup because managers do weird things. And Stripling is a good, nice target for today, I think. I'm hoping some people will play him since he's like 5,500 on DK, and maybe then keep people on St. Louis lower owned. But Stripling has been giving up 52% hard hit over his last 15 days, just like Perez. So lots of contact going on there, and lots of hard contact. Kevin Pillar, going back to Perez, has also been doing quite well. His hard hit and his distance are both up, and he gets Perez, as I mentioned, who's not doing so hot. And then back to Shelby Miller as well with Hunter Pence. All of his indicators are slightly up. Oh yeah, Pillar's an 84, so he grades out really well. Hazelbaker an 85. They're both some of the top guys in there. Pence is only a 75. It's kind of the sort of the low end of what I like to recommend, but all of his indicators are slightly up. I feel like this is kind of the verge of a breakout sort of thing. He's only got a couple home runs over his last 15 games, and this weather in Arizona is just absolutely perfect for hitting, and Shelby Miller has been making it easy lately, so let's hope that continues. I definitely like Hunter Pence's chances to make it a breakout night in Arizona. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of Daily Dong Finder. If you want to find some more dongs, I couldn't help it with that one. If you'd like to find some more dongs, come on down to the Slurv chat room, slurv.com. It's free to sign up. And I will be in there before lock for a while chatting about just baseball in general and things in my model. Be happy to answer any questions for you and give you updates as lineups come out and weather and line changes and all that kind of stuff. Slurv.com. I'm Steve. I hope you've enjoyed Daily Dong Finder. Good luck.